The Arkansas Telecommunications Access Program, or TAP, serves Arkansas residents who have a disability or impairment that prevents them from using a standard telephone. If a person meets the guidelines, they can get the equipment they need to communicate on the telephone free of charge. Arkansas TAP has two different application processes depending on which kind of equipment you're requesting. Our regular application is for landline phones, including TTY and captioned phones, personal voice amplifiers, electrolarynxes, accessories, and a few specialized cell phones. This application is available on our website to be printed, downloaded, or filled out online. If you are interested in requesting an iPhone, iPad, or Android smartphone or tablet, the application is not available online. Instead, you must fill out a one-page screening questionnaire. That is available on our website in the upper right-hand corner of our homepage. Once we receive that questionnaire and we find that you meet the qualifications, we will mail the tablet/smartphone application to you. We can also email it if requested. Instructions on filling out those forms are on another video. This video will explain how to fill out the regular application. At the top of the TAP application, the first question asks if you are a resident of Arkansas. If you live outside of the state of Arkansas, we cannot serve you. You will need to apply for equipment through your state. Are you a client of Arkansas Rehabilitation Services, ARS? You can be eligible for TAP equipment whether you are a client or not. If you have a vocational rehabilitation counselor through ARS, they can sign the certification page at the end of the application. Have you applied for TAP equipment in the past? If you have, we can search for your name in our client database and update your file with this application. Do you have residential landline phone service? We need to know what kind of phone you will be needing, a landline or a cell phone. Do you have cell phone service? How do you communicate? Do you use sign language to communicate? Do you speak? Do you use writing? Check all that apply to you. This next section is asking for your personal information. This information is kept safe and secure and will not be shared with anyone. What is your name? Please write your last name, followed by your first name, and then your middle initial. What are the last 4 digits of your Social Security number? We only need the last 4. This helps us identify you in our computer database. What is your birthday? Using numbers, write down the month, the day, and the year. Write down your race or ethnicity. Indicate if you are male or female. Write down your home address. This is the address where your house or apartment is located, even if your mail is delivered elsewhere. This is required because much of our equipment is delivered by UPS and they will not deliver to a P.O. Box address. Please include the county where you live. If you have a different mailing address, please write that down. Write down your phone number. This must be your phone number and not someone else's. The rules governing TAP state that you must have phone service to receive equipment through our program. The only exception is if you plan to start phone service within 30 days of receiving a TAP phone. If that is your situation, please note it. If you have another phone, please write down that number too. This does not mean someone else's phone number. If you have an email address that we can use to contact you, please write that down. The other contact person is someone who you allow to speak on your behalf. This could be a family member, friend, neighbor, social worker, case manager, pastor, nurse, or health aide. Please write down their name, address, telephone number, and their relationship to you. This person's phone number must be different from your own phone number. Also, this person cannot be the same as the professional who fills out the certification page at the end of the application. These must be 2 different people. At the top of page 2, we ask about your telephone service. This helps us understand what kind of telephone equipment you need and what will work in your home. First, please write down the name of your telephone service provider. What does your phone cord plug into? A modem? A standard phone jack? A wireless box? Maybe you're not sure, or it plugs into something else. Please write that down. Do you have internet service? If you do, what kind of service do you have? Cable? Voice Internet Protocol, VoIP? DSL? Maybe you're not sure. Please write that down. Do you have caller ID service? If you marked yes, Do you want a phone with caller ID capabilities? The next section requests financial information. The rules governing TAP state that we can distribute telephones and telephone equipment at no cost to clients who make less than $50,000 a year as an individual. We do not need to know your household income information, only your personal income. If you do not know the yearly amount, but you know how much you receive a month, you can write down that amount. Please note if this income is from a job, your retirement, Social Security, SSI, or SSDI. If you do not have any income, please write down 0. If your income is more than $50,000, you can still apply. Telephone equipment can be provided to you for 1/3 of the item's cost. Under Referral, please let us know how you learned about TAP. Through an advertisement in a newspaper or on TV, from your audiologist or doctor, from a friend or family member, at a health fair, through Arkansas Rehabilitation Services, from the TAP website, through a presentation about TAP, or perhaps some other way. At the bottom of page 2, we request your signature. By signing, you indicate that you understand and accept the conditions of acceptance, pages 7 and 8, and the information you provide is true. Page 3 and 4 is a list of the equipment available, and they are divided into categories by disability and equipment type. If you are deaf or have profound hearing loss and need a TTY or a captioned phone, please see the top of page 3. Below that are amplified landline phones for hard of hearing clients. You can choose between corded and cordless phones. Next is the section of landline phones for blind and low vision users. Indicate if you would like a phone with talking keypad and talking caller ID. Indicate if you need a phone with Braille characters. These phones are also amplified. If you have a speech or voice impairment, we have several pieces of equipment to help with that. Do you need a portable voice amplifier? A landline phone that amplifies your voice as you speak on the phone? Do you need a hearing carryover phone that allows you to type your outgoing message and listen to the caller's response? If you need this phone, you will also need to set up a profile with Arkansas Relay Service so they can provide the hearing carryover services to your phone line. Or do you need an electrolarynx? Your certifier will need to indicate the specific model on page 5. If you have a mobility impairment, we have a hands-free remote-controlled speakerphone. We also have specialty switches that access devices with built-in Bluetooth. If the client has a cognitive impairment that makes it difficult to dial a series of numbers or memorize phone numbers, we have 2 options. There is a landline phone with auto-dial memory buttons that can be labeled with photos. We also carry a specialty memory cell phone with limited incoming and outgoing calls, also labeled with photos. We also provide the senior cell phones that used to be called Jitterbug, but now are called Lively. They have both smartphone and flip phone models available. Lively phones can only use phone service provided by their company, Great Call. Please remember that TAP provides phone equipment only. We do not provide any phone service. Because cell phones are not amplified like landline phones, TAP provides cell phone amplification accessories. Please indicate if you would like to use one of the following: an accessory that has a cable that connects to your cell phone and transmits to Telecommunications hearing aids, a handheld amplifier that connects through Bluetooth to your cell phone, or a Bluetooth amplifier accessory that can be used with or without your hearing aids. We provide 4 different signaling accessories. Audible devices have a loud ringer. Visual devices connect to a lamp and flash the light bulb on and off when the phone rings. Combination signaling devices have both a loud ringer and a flashing light. We also provide a cell phone ringer/flasher. It is for home use and is plugged into an electrical outlet. It is connected to your cell phone through Bluetooth and will flash and ring loudly when your cell phone rings. We also provide an emergency phone. This landline phone comes with a remote-controlled transmitter that is worn like a wristwatch. If there is an emergency and the user cannot reach the phone, they press the button on their wrist and the phone will automatically dial pre-programmed phone contacts, such as neighbors or family members, until there is an answer. If the client is deaf-blind, we suggest contacting www.icanconnect.org or World Services for the Blind for specialized equipment. Page 5 is the eligibility certification page. This is to be filled out by a professional. The list of qualified certifiers is listed in the middle of the page. These include physicians, audiologists, speech pathologist, occupational therapist, physical therapist, neuropsychologist, an ARS qualified staff member, social worker, case manager, ophthalmologist, optometrist, nurse, qualified staff from the Arkansas School for the Deaf, counselor from the Division of Services for the Blind, a counselor from the Spinal Cord Commission, a home health professional, or a hearing aid dealer or specialist. Please note that if captioned equipment is required for a profoundly deaf client, an audiologist will need to certify that request. The certifier needs to fill out this page, including the disability or impairment affecting the client and a description of limitations. This helps the TAP staff members match the right telecommunication equipment to the client. The certifier needs to fill out the bottom of this page with their name, title, and contact information. Once the application is complete, it can be sent to TAP offices by mail, fax, or email. Once received, we will review your application. If there are any areas of the application that are incomplete, we will send a letter informing you what portion of the application was missing information, along with the portion of the application that needs to be completed. If you have any questions, you can always contact us by phone, mail, or email. Once a new client is approved to receive equipment, we will mail an approval letter to you. We will not order equipment right away. You will need to contact us to confirm the equipment in the letter is correct and that the shipping address is also correct. Once you have confirmed the equipment and address, we will order the telephone equipment and/or accessories, and these are typically delivered within a few weeks. We thank you for your interest in the TAP program and hope this video has helped you with the application process. If you have any questions or issues, please feel free to contact us.